name is Mohau Modisakeng. I'm a visual artist living in Cape Town. My role as an artist is to create work that reflects what's happening in society. Unlike most artists that would arrive at the studio and make work every day, I prefer to sort of meditate on the ideas that I want to work on and do some research. For like a month or so, I'd be looking at references, reading up about the ideas that I'm keen to explore. Every day when I wake up, I don't necessarily kneel down and pray, but like I invite certain figures that have lived before into my days. And I think that's something that most Africans in general do, even without knowing. I decided to work with the self-portraiture series so that I could visualize the black subject in a way that was more in control and there was more authority to it. Precisely because most of the images that we see of black bodies in South Africa and in the rest of the continent are images of subjects that are not partaking in how their images are being created and how their narratives are being told. So for me, photography and portraiture in general allows for those bodies that have been invisible in society and in history to find expression. Working with photography just opened up a new dimension for me because I realized that I was performing for the camera and I could have the same actions, or I could perform the same actions in front of video camera and sort of tell a narrative that is not just confined to one frame, but a series of frames. So there was that natural progression from photography into film. In all my work, I'm concerned with the body, whether it's sculpture, whether it's photography, whether it's film. So with the film, it sort of sets me up to work with other people, contributing their movements and their physical presence. Most of the issues that we're dealing with in society, or in South African society, are all because of the legacy of apartheid and colonialism. Because we have been detached from our history when we moved into the democratic regime, a lot of the questions that we are asking, we can't find answers to because that history has been sort of left. I feel like as an artist, I have a responsibility to tell some part of that story in a way that gives people an entry into the general experience of life in South Africa. When I was invited to take part in the Venice Biennale, I felt like it marks a moment in my career where my work will be introduced to an international audience. When I am part of a team that's taking South African work to Venice, I feel like I am also at the forefront of defining this new narrative about where South Africa might be going. I hope that my work will encourage younger artists to look into their history and try to find a way of casting it into the future.